All right, today lesson 26 is about drawing pictures of fractions. You guys have been doing some of this in the morning for morning work, where you shade in the representation of the fractions in your morning work.
Are we supposed to have paper?
Not yet. You're just following along in your book. Okay, so if you want to follow along, this is in your book. This is example 1, and it says draw a rectangle and shade 2/3 of it. So if I have a rectangle looking at the left, right here, I would draw this rectangle. To draw or to shade 2/3 of it, I would have to break that rectangle up into 3 equal parts. I can't have unequal parts. Then I'm going to shade 2 of them. Would this be acceptable?
Yes.
Yeah. Could I shade 2 that are right next to each other?
Yes.
Yep. And then I could shade the 2 that are at the end too, if I wanted to. As long as I've got 2 out of 3 shaded, that's representing 2/3. Okay. Says there are other ways to divide the rectangle into 3 equal parts. Here's another way that we could shade 2/3 of the rectangle. So I could do, a rectangle like this. I could split it up into 3 equal parts horizontally, and I could shade 2 of those 3 parts. So I could do this one, and I could do this one. It's another way to show 2/3. It's all the same amount, but they all have to be equal parts.
Are you just going to tell us the answers on every single one?
Well, this is me like going through a mini lesson with you. Okay, draw a circle and shade 1/4 of it. So if I asked you to draw a circle and shade a 1/4, you would start with a circle that's plain. You would have to split it up into 4 equal parts, kind of like a pizza, how they take a pizza cutter and they roll it straight in half, then they cut it in half again. And then if you shaded 1/4, it would look something like this. Would it be the same thing if I shaded this piece though?
Yes.
Yeah. What about this top left piece?
Yeah.
For sure. And the top right piece?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So I can shade any of those 1 pieces to give me 1/4 of that circle. What if, I didn't mean to go that far ahead, sorry. What if I had a circle here and I split it up into 4 pieces like this? Would that work?
No.
Why would that not work?
They're not equal.
Because not all of the pieces are equal. Some pieces are bigger than others. They're not all equal. Very good. Oops. Okay. Okay. The next one. Draw and shade each shape. So if I need to draw a square and shade 1/2 of it, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an actual square. And then what do I have to do next? Raise your hand.
Draw a line in the middle.
I have to draw a line in the middle, like this.
Yeah.
What if I did one like this?
It's the same.
Okay, good. And then I got to shade 1 of them, right? So either one of these would work. Could I shade the bottom half?
Yeah. Yes.
Could I shade the right side?
Yes.
Yep, they'd all be the same thing. Okay, the next one says draw a rectangle and shade 1/3 of it. So I have a rectangle. I want to shade 1/3, so if I separated it into 3 equal parts like this, guys, please stop. Then I could shade 1/3. What if I did this piece? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
What if I did this piece? Would that be okay?
Yeah.
And if I did this piece, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Draw a circle and shade 3/4 of it. Here's my circle. I'm going to split it into 4 equal parts.
That won't work.
That won't work because
Some of them aren't even.
they're not all even. So I'm going to split it this way, and I'm going to shade 3/4. So that means 1, 2, and 3. And then draw a circle and shade 2/3 of it. Ooh. It's kind of like this, sort of. You have to do your best to draw a circle and split it into 3 equal parts. Sometimes that's kind of tricky. And I want to shade 2/3 of it.
It's an upside down line.
It is. Yeah. And then last one is 1/2 of this circle shaded.
No.
Why?
Because it's not half.
It's not exactly half, it's uneven. Very good. That's all for our little mini lesson. You guys are about to get your page for the 1 through 30 problems. You're going to be on pages 175 and 176 in your book, and you are doing all the problems 1 through 30. You do not have to do
It's
the...
on page 174 and 170. No? Yeah. No?
Okay. You're going to do all of... Maybe it's different in different books, versions?
It says on mine
it's
is
not.
175 and on 176.
It should be 175 and 176.
Maybe somebody got volume
It's
two.
fine.
It's the numbers.
Okay, so we start into the written practice. You're looking at lesson practice. Written practice, numbers 1 through 30. Show your work, please.